Do you want to learn more about the real Belize and listen to locals and expat stories that are actually living here in Belize? Well, you're in the right place right now. You're listening to Belize Talk Radio, and I'm your host, Macarena Rose. Well, happy beautiful day to you, and welcome to this edition of Belize Talk Radio. And so, what are we talking about? Well, it's Belize. And so, there is so much information out there about Belize, and there's like information that I've noticed it doesn't follow suit with the history as I've been educated and taught by who I consider, in my opinion, definitely the guru of history in the country of Belize. So who better to ask to join our show today is Don Hector Silva. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you, Macarena. Thank you to be with you again.
It's always a pleasure to be able to sit here with you. And, you know, I think it was like 9 years ago, you and I were sitting on your veranda.
That's right.
And we were doing the TV biography show.
Exactly.
And we biographied your life about, you know, historical facts of your life and about the history of Belize. So, you know, people all over the world listen to Belize Talk Radio. And when they listen in, they want to learn. People are hungry for information.
That's true.
And whether they're coming here to vacation or they're coming to retire, and many are moving with their families now with children, like I did 10 years ago, they should learn about the country, the history. And that's why I wanted you on the show today.
Thank you very much.
So you document things. You are a historian extraordinaire of Belize. And something worth sharing with everybody is that you've held every political position in this country except for Prime Minister. Who knows? That might be next. You never know with Hector Silva Sr. So tell us some information about the history of Belize and why it is your passion.
Macarena, Belize is what some people term as nature's best kept secret. But Belize has more than what nature has given us. Belize is a piece of land carved out of the Mayan Empire. And this is being discovered. If you notice the boundaries of Belize, to the north we are totally bounded by the Rio Hondo. So that separates us with Mexico. In the south, we are bounded by the river Sarstoon. On the west, we have fixed boundary markers called monuments. There is one at Gracias a Dios on the Sarstoon. Then it goes on a line due north up to the other marker by the western border named Garbot Falls Monument. Then on a line north to meet the Mexican border at a place called Aguas Turbias. Then on due east, we are totally bounded by the Caribbean Sea. Our most further point is Half Moon Key. That's our outermost territorial boundary. Then from there we have 12 miles of territorial sea and 200 miles of economic maritime area. So Belize is actually something that we call was carved out of the Mayan Empire, but it goes further. It has now been found that Belize, mile per mile, has more running water than any of our neighbors.
Which are bigger?
which are bigger. We have 27 running rivers, 365 days a year. Everybody asks, where does that water come from? Well, studies were made and they found that Belize, in this Maya mountain where we are here on the foothills of the Maya mountain. On this side, Belize has 164 miles of caves. It might be miles of caves. Might be second in the world after those in Russia. I believe Russia.
Wow.
But they continue finding more caves. And they found that in those caves, there are large deposits of water. Over the years, whenever it rains. So that is more or less some of the features of Belize. But we go further. Belize right now, they are finding out that it has an abundance of waterfalls that the people themselves did not know. That there were so many waterfalls right down up to the south. As you also may have heard, Belize has the largest barrier reef in the Western Hemisphere and the second in the world after the one in Victoria, Australia. But now something popped up that Belize might have the largest living barrier reef in the world. The largest living.
And that is phenomenal to me because we are a small country.
Yes,
and yet to have, they say, the largest living barrier reef. I mean, that's like unimaginable because of the distance of our coastline.
That's right.
And
Now,
it speaks volumes.
Yeah, added to that, they have found some very important features. For example, the blue hole, that right now is vying to be one of the wonders of the world.
Yes, it is.
So people are asked to vote for it to become one of the wonders, 7 wonders of the world. The blue hole.
It is a wonder.
Yes.
It really is.
That's right.
I mean, to be able to see it from above in a plane, you know, in the pictures, it is absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Then we add on to that we have out of 4 atolls. Atolls is a body of water surrounded by islands. Belize has 3 of those. One is in South America. 4 atolls in the Western Hemisphere. Belize has 3 of them, which is Tornef, Glover's Reef, and Lighthouse Reef. 3 atolls. Tornef is the largest in the whole continent. Wow. So those are some of the features. We have found, for example, lately, that there is an ancient water, call it lakes, lagoons, named Calablanca. It is just so many miles ahead of Spanish Lookout.
Oh, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and find out more about Calablanca. I have never even heard of this either. You have so much information. I just want to hear it all. We're listening to Overseas Radio Network. We're going to take a break.
Hala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosa buena. Hala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, Macarena. Hala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosa buena. Hala tu cuerpo alegría.